All right, so your quiz review goes over section 5.3. That's the only section that's on your quiz. It is all three parts. So you're solving systems using back substitution, Gaussian elimination, and then you're doing partial fraction decomposition, both with not solving it and solving it. So if we look at the first part, we're using back substitution to solve each of the systems. For number 1, we have 3x plus 5y minus 2z is equal to 1. 2x plus z is equal to 4, and z is equal to 6. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take that 6, plug it in for z in that second equation, that middle one. So that gives us 2x plus 6 is equal to 4. Move your 6 over by subtracting it from both sides. You get 2x is equal to negative 2. Divide each side by the 2 to get x by itself. And you get that x is equal to negative 1. Now you have an x and you have a z. So take the x, plug it into the top equation, take your z, plug it into the top equation, solve for y. That's going to give you 3 times negative 1 plus 5y minus 2 times 6 is equal to 1. Your 3 times negative 1 is negative 3 plus 5y. Negative 2 times 6 is negative 12 is equal to 1. From here, we're going to combine like terms with the negative 3 and the negative 12 to give us 5y minus 15 is equal to 1. From here, add your 15 over, and you get 5y is equal to 16. Divide each side by the 5, and you have that y is 16 over 5. So now you need to give the ordered pair for these. So you have a z of 6, an x of negative 1, and a y of 16 over 5. So the ordered triple, not ordered pair, the ordered triple is going to give you negative 1, comma, 16 over 5, comma, 6. For number 2, you have 3x plus 2y plus 5, that should be a z. Make this a z, is equal to 42. Negative y plus 2z is equal to 9, and z is equal to negative 3. So the first thing we're going to do is solve for y, plug the negative 3 in for z in that middle equation. So you're going to have negative y plus 2 times negative 3 is equal to 9. That leaves you with negative y minus 6 is equal to 9. Add your 6 over. That's negative y is equal to 15. Divide each side by the negative 1 to get y to be positive, and y is equal to negative 15. Use your negative 15 as y, your negative 3 for z. Plug it into the top equation. So that's going to give you 3 times x plus 2 times negative 15 plus 5 times negative 3 is equal to 42. Your 2 times negative 15 is negative 30, so that's 3x minus 30. The 5 times negative 3 is negative 15. It's equal to 42. This is going to give you 3x minus 45 is equal to 42. Add your 45 over. That gives you 3x is equal to 87. Divide each side by the 3. You have that x is equal to, 3 goes into 8 2 times with 2 left over. 3 goes into 27 9 times, so x is 29. So your ordered triple is 29, comma, negative 15, comma, negative 3. For number 3, you have x plus 2y minus 7z is equal to 13. 4y plus 5z is equal to negative 7, and z is equal to negative 1. We're going to start by plugging in the negative 1 into the 4y plus 5z, which is negative 1, is equal to negative 7. This gives you 4y minus 5 is equal to negative 7. You're going to add the 5 over. That gives you 4y is equal to negative 2. Divide each side by the 4, and you get that y is negative 1/2. Take that negative 1/2, plug it in for y in the top equation. Take the negative 1, plug it in for z in the top equation, solve for x. That's going to give you x plus 2 times negative 1/2 minus 7 times negative 1 is equal to 13. Your 2 times -1/2 cancels out your fraction to just give you -1, so that's x minus 1 plus 7 is equal to 13. Your -1 plus 7 gives you x plus 6 is equal to 13. Subtract your 6 over, and you get that x is equal to 7. So your order triple is 7, comma, -1/2, comma, -1. For number 4, we have -4x plus 2y minus 12z is equal to -14. Y minus 4z is equal to 6, and z is equal to 1/2. We plug the 1/2 in for z in that middle equation. We get y minus 4 times 1/2 is equal to 6. This is going to give us y minus 2 is equal to 6. Move your 2 over by adding it to both sides, and you get that y is equal to 8. Take your 8, plug it in for the y in the top equation. Take the 1/2, plug it in for z in the top equation. That's going to give you -4x plus 2 times 8 minus 12 times 1/2 is equal to -14. This is going to simplify to give you -4x plus 16 minus 6 is equal to -14. This then simplifies to be -4x plus 10 is equal to -14. Move your 10 over, subtract it from both sides. That gives you -4x is equal to -24. Divide each side by the -4. And you get that x is equal to 6. So your order triple is 6, 8, 1/2. For your next equation, using Gaussian elimination in order to solve. For this one, you guys pick 2 of the top equations, or 2 equations, solve for, or get rid of one of the variables. Then pick your last equation that you didn't work with and one of the original ones that you did work with. Cancel out that same variable, then you'll have your 2 new equations. With your 2 new equations, cancel out one of the variables, solve for the other. That gives you what one of those variables is equal to. Plug that into one of the 2 new equations that you have. That gives you the second variable. Then plug those 2 variables into the original equation, whichever one you choose, to solve for the last. Write your answer as an order triple. So for number 5, you're given x plus y plus z is equal to 9. X minus 2y plus 4z is equal to 3. 3y plus 4z is equal to -1. We already have one of our new equations, which is that bottom equation, because it's already got the x taken out of it. So what we can do is use the top 2 equations and eliminate the x from those. If we were to do that, we would have to subtract them. So that would give us the x plus y plus z is equal to 9. And then we change our sign with everything to be -x plus 2y minus 4z is equal to -3. Combine your like terms, your x's cancel. That leaves you with 3y minus 3z is equal to 6. You're going to now use the 2 equations that have just the y and the z in them. So that's 3y plus 4z is equal to -1. And 3y minus 3z is equal to 6. You have your y's that have the same number in front of them. So subtract these so they're opposite. Your top equation does not change. Your bottom, however, turns into -3y plus 3z is equal to -6. Combine your like terms here. Your y's cancel. 4z plus 3z is 7z. And -1 minus 6 is -7. Divide each side by the 7, and you get that z is equal to -1. Take that -1, plug it into one of your equations that I have that orange star next to. I'm going to use, doesn't really matter, I want to work with positives, so I'll work with the 3y plus 4z, which is -1, is equal to -1. This simplifies to give us 3y minus 4 is equal to -1. Move your 4 over, add it to both sides. That gives you 3y is equal to 3. Divide each side by the 3, and you get that y is 1. You have a y of 1 and a z of negative 1. Plug those two numbers in for y and z in the top equation. It'll be the easiest to solve for x. So that's going to give you x plus y, which is 1, plus z, which is negative 1, is equal to 9. Your 1 minus 1 cancels each other out, and x is just equal to 9. So that means you have an x of 9, a y of 1, a z of negative 1. That's the order triple of 9, 1, negative 1. For number 6, we have 4x plus 4y minus z is equal to 6. 4x minus 4y plus 4z is equal to 14. And z plus 4, this should be x, sorry. X plus 4y plus z is equal to 11. If we use the first two equations, we're going to have 4x plus 4y minus z is equal to 6. And 4x minus 4y plus 4z is equal to 14. I would cancel out the y's since they're already opposites, and that doesn't mean I have to do anything other than combine like terms. So this is going to give us 8x plus 3z is equal to 20. From here, I would use the bottom equation and the middle equation again so my y's cancel. So that's going to give us x plus 4y plus z is equal to 11, and 4x minus 4y plus 4z is equal to 14. Again, I just combine like terms because our y's are opposites, so they cancel. That's going to leave us with 5x plus 5z is equal to 25. You will now use those two equations that are in blue that have just the x and the z with them and solve for one of the variables. You have 8x plus 3z is equal to 20, and 5x plus 5z is equal to 25. Easiest variable to eliminate here would probably be your z's because their least common multiple is 15. The x's are 40. So multiply the top equation by 5, bottom equation by negative 3, so that way they're opposites. This gives us 40x plus 15z is equal to 100, and negative 15x minus 15z is equal to negative 75. So from here, we combine like terms, and that's going to give us 25x. Cancels out the z's is equal to 25. Divide each side by the 25, and you get that x is 1. So again, I'm going to circle that just so I remember to include it in my answer. I'm also going to use the 8x plus 3z is equal to 20. Plug that 1 in for x, solve for z. So that's going to give us 8 times 1 plus 3z is equal to 20. Your 8 times 1 is 8 plus 3z is equal to 20. Subtract your 8 over. That's 3z is equal to 12. Divide each side by the 3, and you get that z is 4. Again, I'm going to circle that and then plug these both into one of the original equations. I'm going to use the bottom one to solve for y. So that's going to give us x, which is 1, plus 4y, plus z, which is 4, is equal to 11. Your 1 plus 4 is 5, so that's 4y plus 5 is equal to 11. Subtract your 5 over, that's 4y is equal to 6. Divide by 4, and that's y is equal to 3/2. So we have our three solutions here. That's going to give us the order triple of 1, 3/2, 4. For our next one, we have negative x plus 3y plus z is equal to 11. 4x minus 2y minus 5z is equal to negative 18. And 2x plus 4y minus 3z is equal to 28. Let's use your x's to cancel. I'm going to use the top and the middle. So it's going to give us negative x plus 3y plus z is equal to 11. And 4x minus 2y minus 5z is equal to negative 18. We are going to multiply the top equation by 4, so that way our x's are opposites and they cancel. That's going to give us negative 4x plus 12y plus 4z is equal to 44. And 4x minus 2y minus 5z is equal to negative 18. Add these, combine your like terms, your x's cancel, you're going to be left with 10y minus z is equal to, that 4 turns into 14, making the 4 next to it a 3, so that is 14 minus 8 is 6. So this is going to be one of your new equations. Solve for a second new. Use your bottom equation, which is the 2x plus 4y minus 3z is equal to 28. And I would use the top equation, which is that negative x plus 3y plus z is equal to 11. From here, we're just going to multiply that bottom equation by 2 to give us 2x plus 4y minus your 2 3z times z is going to give you 2z.
And negative 2x
and then 2
plus
times 11 is 22.
6y.
All right, so your 2 times the z on the bottom is 2z. And then that's equal to 22. So we're going to combine like terms here. Your x's cancel. That leaves you with 10y minus z is equal to 52. 50. Oh my gosh. Just 50. So we're going to use this one and the other one. So you have 10y minus z is equal to 26, and 10y minus z is equal to 50. Subtract the 2. That's going to give you 10y minus z is equal to 26, and negative 10y plus z is equal to negative 50. Combine like terms. Your y's cancel, your z's cancel, so that gives you 0 on the left side. Your right side, you have negative 24 left over. These two are not equal to one another, so you would have no solution. The next part of your review tells you to write the partial fraction decomposition, but do not solve. So remember, with these, we're factoring the denominator. From there, depending on how many parts there are, we're going to have a over one factored part, b over the other factored part. When you're writing the partial fraction decomposition and not solving, you are going to multiply and set it equal to your numerator. So with example 8, you have 7x over x squared plus 9x minus 70. You have to find your factors of negative 70 that add up to be 9. Do we know them off the top of our head? 14 and 5. Which one's positive? Which one's negative? So that's 14 and negative 5. So that's going to give us an x plus 14 times x minus 5. From here, you have 2 parts. So that's going to give you a over x plus 14 plus b over x minus 5. You're going to multiply a by x minus 5, b by x plus 14. Set them all equal to your numerator. So that's going to give you a times x minus 5 plus b times x plus 14 is equal to 7x. That is your partial fraction decomposition without solving. For number 9, you have 5x plus 1 over 3x cubed minus 27x. Take your denominator, factor it as much as you possibly can. You do have a greatest common factor with this, which is 3x, so we're going to factor that out first. That's going to give you 3x times x squared minus 9. The x squared minus 9 is a difference of squareds, so it does factor out further to give you 3x times x minus 3 times x plus 3. In this one, you have 3 parts when it's all factored. You have the 3x, the x minus 3, and the x plus 3. So you're going to use an a, a b, and a c. Set up your 3 fractions. You're going to have a over 3x plus b over x minus 3 is plus c over x plus 3. So now, with the first fraction, that 3x does not have either of the x minus 3 or the x plus 3 under it or with it. So that a gets multiplied by both of those. Your b doesn't have the 3x or the x plus 3. So multiply your b by both of those. And your c doesn't have the 3x or the x minus 3. So this is going to multiply and set equal to your numerator to give you a times x minus 3 times x plus 3 plus b times 3x times x plus 3 plus c times 3x times x minus 3. And that's all equal to the 5x plus 1. For number 10, you have negative 5x plus 1 over 2x squared plus 8x plus 8. Your denominator does have a greatest common factor, which is 2. So if you start by factoring out that 2, you're going to have 2 times x squared plus 4x plus 4. That x squared plus 4x plus 4 does factor to be 2 and 2. So that's 2 times x plus 2 times x plus 2. When you factor this fully, you do have 3 parts. However, that 2 does not have an x attached to it. So you are not going to include that with your fractions. You're just going to have an a and a b. So it's only the stuff that has the x with it. So it's going to give you a over x plus 2 plus b over x plus 2. Multiply your a by x plus 2. Multiply your b by x plus 2. Set it equal to your numerator. So that's going to give you a times x plus 2 plus b times x plus 2 is equal to negative 5x plus 1. For 11, you're given 4x plus 9 over x plus 6 times x minus 2. Now this one's pretty simple. You may not see one like this on your quiz, but this one, your denominator is factored for you. So since your denominator is factored for you, half of your job is almost done. You have 2 parts there that have the x attached or with them. So that's going to give you a over x plus 6 plus b over x minus 2. A is going to multiply by x minus 2. B multiplies by x plus 6. You set it equal to your numerator. So that's going to give you a times x minus 2 plus b times x plus 6 is equal to 4x plus 9. Your next part within your review tells you to find the partial fraction decomposition of each. With these, you have to solve and go all the way through with them. So you're going from what's given to you and pulling it into what was before it became this. For 12, it gives you negative x plus 7 over negative 3x squared minus 3x plus 18. You do have a greatest common factor in your denominator, which is negative 3. So that factors out first to give you negative 3 times x squared plus x minus 6. Your factors of negative 6 that add up to be 1 are negative 2 and positive 3. So that's negative 3 times x plus 2 times x minus 3. You have 3 parts here, or sorry, 3 parts, but only 2 of them that have an x involved. So that's going to give you a over x plus 2 plus b over x minus 3. Before you do anything else with this, you have to solve for x from the factored form of your denominator. The negative 3 is equal to x, or sorry, is equal to 0. It's a false statement, so cross it out, don't work with it. You're going to get that x is equal to negative 2 and x is equal to 3. So from here, rewrite the a over x plus 2 plus b over x minus 3 as a times x minus 3 plus b times x plus 2 is equal to your numerator, which is negative x plus 7. Start with the x is equal to negative 2. Plug that into each of your x's and solve for either a or b. Then do the x is equal to 3. Do the same thing. Plug it into all of your x's. Solve for whichever one you didn't solve for already, which is a or b. So for the x is equal to negative 2, we're going to have a times negative 2 minus 3 plus b times negative 2 plus 2 is equal to the opposite of negative 2 plus 7. Your a times negative 2 minus 3 gives us negative 5a. Your b cancels out because negative 2 plus 2 is 0, and your opposite of 2 is 2 plus 7 is 9. Divide each side by the negative 5, and you get an a of negative 9/5. Do the same thing, but with when x is equal to 3. That's going to give you a times 3 minus 3 plus b times 3 plus 2 is equal to the opposite of 3 plus 7. 3 minus 3 is 0, so a cancels. Your b is going to multiply by 5, and the opposite of 3 plus 7 is 4. Divide each side by the 5, and you have that b is 4/5. So you are going to plug your a and your b into the fraction that you formed, which was that a over x plus 2 plus b over x minus 3, and that will be your answer. So that's going to give you negative 9/5 over, we said it was x plus 2 for a, plus 4/5 over x minus 3. That will be your answer. All right, for number 13, you have 17x minus 12 over 2x squared minus 200. For this one, again, you have a greatest common factor. It's 2, so that's going to give you 2 times x squared minus 100. The x squared minus 100 factors to give you 2 times x minus 10 times x plus 10. So that means that you have an x that's equal to 10 and an x that's equal to negative 10. Remember, the 2 cancels out. You have 2 parts there, so you're going to have a fraction with a and b. So that's a over x plus, or sorry, a over x minus 10 plus b over x plus 10. We're going to start with the positive 10. So that's going to give us, first, if we have x is equal to 10, and the formula of a times x plus 10 plus b times x minus 10 is equal to 17x minus 12. So that's going to give us a times 10 plus 10 plus b times 10 minus 10 is equal to 17 times 10 minus 12. Your 10 plus 10 gives you 20a. Your 10 minus 10 cancels out your b. 17 times 10 is 170 minus 12. This then simplifies to give you 20a is equal to 170 minus 12, which is 158. Divide each side by the 20. You can simplify this, and it'll give you 79 over 10. For when x is equal to negative 10, we're going to have a times negative 10 plus 10 plus b times negative 10 minus 10 is equal to 17 times negative 10 minus 12. Your a cancels because negative 10 plus 10 is 0. Your b gets multiplied by negative 20. The negative 10 times 17 is negative 170 minus 12. So that gives you negative 20b is equal to a negative 182. Divide each side by the negative 20. Simplify that. Double negatives turn into positive. Your 182 over 20 simplifies to be 91 over 10. So plug those in. You are going to have 79 over 10 over x minus 10 plus 91 over 10 over x plus 10. Our next example, we have 2x minus 1 over 2x cubed minus 8x squared plus 6x. We're going to factor out a greatest common factor from that denominator, which is going to be 2x. That gives us 2x times x squared minus 4x plus 3. Factoring this, you have factors of -1 and -3. So that's 2x times x minus 1 times x minus 3. You set them all equal to 0 and solve. You get x is equal to 0, x is equal to 1, and x is equal to 3. So you have 3 parts here. That's going to be an a over x plus b over x minus 1 plus c over x minus 3. So that means you're going to have a times x minus 1 times x minus 3 plus b times x minus 3 plus c times x minus 1 equal to 2x minus 1. We start with x is equal to 0. That's going to give us a times 0 minus 1 times 0 minus 3 plus b times 0 minus 3 plus c times 0 minus 1 is equal to 2 times 0 minus 1. Your a times 0 minus 1 times 0 minus 3 is going to be -1 times 3, which is 3a. Your b cancels, your c cancels, your 2 times 0 cancels, so that's equal to -1. So if I divide by the 3, get a by itself, you have that a is equal to -1/3. So that's one of them. You need the other 2 still. So now take x is equal to 1. From here, you are going to have a times 1 minus 1 times 1 minus 3 plus b times 1 minus 3 plus c times 1 minus 1 is equal to 2 times 1 minus 1, yes, minus 1. So this is then going to simplify to give you a times 0 times -2, which cancels, b times 1 times -2, which is -2b, c times 1 times 0, which is cancels, and then equals 2 minus 1, which is 1. So if I divide by -2, and you get that b is equal to -1/2. Lastly, you're using when x is 3. So that means you're going to have a times 3 minus 1 times 3 minus 3 plus b times 3 minus 3 plus c times 3 minus 1 is equal to 2 times 3 minus 1. So a cancels, b cancels, you're going to have 2 times 3, which is 6, c is equal to 3 times 2, which is 6, minus 1 is 5. This divides by 6, and you get that c is 5 over 6. So that gives you your 3 terms that you need, a, b, and c. So this is going to give you -1/3 over x plus -1/2 over x minus 1 plus, I think it was 6 over 5, yeah, or no, 5 over 6, sorry. 5 over 6 over x minus 3. You have -3x plus 7 over x times x plus 2 times x minus 6. 3 parts here. So that's a over x plus b over x plus 2 plus c over x minus 6. You have x is equal to 0, x is equal to -2, and x is equal to 6. You're going to work that into a times x plus 2 times x minus 6 plus b times x minus 6 plus c times x plus 2 is equal to -3x plus 7. So starting with x is equal to 0, that's a times 0 plus 2 times 0 minus 6 plus b times 0 minus 6 plus c times 0 plus 2 is equal to -3 times 0 plus 7. Your b cancels, your c cancels, your -3 times 0 cancels. This is going to leave you with 2 times -6, which is -12. A is equal to 7. Divide each side by the -12. And you have that a is -7/12. Next, you are going to use when x is -2. So that's a times -2 plus 2 times -2 minus 6 plus b times -2 times -2 minus 6 plus c times -2 times -2 plus 2 is equal to -3 times -2 plus 7. So this then simplifies to cancel out your a, cancel out your c. Your b is going to multiply by -2 times -8, which is 16b. -2 times -3 is 6 plus 7 gives you 13. Divide each side by the 16, and you get that b is 13 over 16. So now find when x is 6. This is going to give you a times 6 plus 2 times 6 minus 6 plus b times 6 minus 6 plus c times 6 plus 2 is equal to -3 times 6 plus 7. Your a cancels, your b cancels. 6 plus 2 is 8 times 6 is 48c. Your 6 times -3 is -18 plus 7 gives you -11. Divide each side by the 48. That gives you a c of -11 over 48. So you're going to plug all of these values into your original fraction. So it's going to give you -7 over 12 over x plus 13 over 16 over x, what was it, plus 2 plus -11 over 48 over x plus, or x minus, sorry, 6.